we're gonna stack on here today. We're gonna start from closed guard, right? So active with our toes, head tall, right? I'm never leaning over. This is never ever good for me, okay? When you're standing up, we cannot have a downward head posture. We just can't. We spent a whole, you know, Tom showed it, I've shown it the last week and a half, like overhead sweeps. You're gonna get swept like crazy. You cannot have downward head posture, okay? So if he grabs, I break, stuff, I grab both, palm down, okay? So the elbow's locked. I'm not up here by his neck. That's no go to. It's too easy for him to start jumping my shoulders, okay? So when I have this here, I just want to be in his sternum. I want it locked, okay? Now, as he's tight with his legs, I'm going to stand up. I pitch, and then I'm going to let go. Super tall, okay? Now, as I step back and open, here, I drop my elbow to the inside, here, okay? I can be C-grip at the knee. I can be hand down here. I can be reverse grip. I like the reverse grip because what he likes to do, if I sit here, he's gonna peel this and like jump over. Now he's got me in potential triangle arm bars situation. So I like this grip, okay? Now, notice how my elbow came inside and I'm just stapling his leg. In this case, I'm not all the way over because I wanna get under this leg, okay? I'm a little too far past to make this. What I don't wanna do is have to fish this through. I wanna force it, right? So I'm here, I open my elbow. Now I'm underneath. I can grab the collar, okay? Pull it tight. And my elbow, I'm gonna close my arm against his thigh, pull my elbow in towards my hip, okay? Don't reach out here and open your elbow. He'll wait for me to pass and shoot me across the floor, okay? So if I stay here and I start to elevate him, switch to the hip, when I come to turn the corner, he's gonna push up on that elbow, right? He's gonna launch me this way.
Oh, okay, my fault.
Yeah, you're all right. So when if I'm gripping too high,
this.
yeah, you can just take take the elbow with your hand and just Heisman. You're gonna sit up on your left shoulder. Now push me away, right? So I don't ever want to overreach with this hand.
Gotcha.
So when we open this, here I'm inside. His legs down. That's okay. Control. Open the elbow. Come around. Close it in tight. Okay. I don't need to reach this to his neck. Now I switch to the I like his pants. Pants will always be there. I grab like the outside by his butt, by his hip. Okay, I close my elbow. Now I'm gonna start to stack. He's got a really flexible guard. As I stack here, I wanna stay on my toes. I don't wanna get him all the way over. He will roll all the way over. I don't want that. So I'm on my toes and I walk out to the side and start to take the knee to his face. If he tries to get his legs over his head, pull down on the grip, push down. I don't want his toes on the floor because he can come up. I go as far as his travel is on his hamstring, in, I start to turn. Clear, okay? Notice how I'm pulling that grip back. Here, right, so now I work up under the head. Notice I have the inside grip, so if he tries to reverse shrimp, right, I'm pretty strong here, right? I can always move this over if I want it, but if it leaves us blocking that inside hip. But my bicep is gonna be on his inside hip. So like he's talked about, he likes to block the inside hip when he passes, so that there's no tripping and getting your knee back in. All right, so he grabs, right, break stuff, palm down, tall, open, here, right? Get my grip, circle, get my grip here. Sometimes it takes a second, it's okay, I'm not going anywhere. But this leg in the middle makes the triangle not happen. Arm bar's hard here too. I have it in the way. If I'm here, holding, this is not gonna be good, okay? Here, I have like a staple in the way, right? Reverse grip, start to come up, switch to the pants, grab him just outside his hip where the two pieces of material from the gi pants come together, okay? Elbows closed, take the leg towards his head, start to turn. See my grip on his hip? Here, right? If he tries to heist and come up, right, I have the opposite collar plus his hip. If right? He tries to turn towards me, right? I'm blocking that inside hip. Finishing side control. Does that make sense? Any questions there? You could use the belt. Sometimes the belts start to come off and they're too loose. I'm looking for that material where the two pieces come together. Just grab hand inside on the pants. And I want my bicep kind of connected to his other part of his butt and or hip. So I'm closing, okay? All our grips are always closing. Does that make sense? Keep your staple in there. Take the sleeve grip, elbow inside. That way I can open my elbow underneath his knee. What I don't want to do is try to fish my hand under there. He's not going to let me do it. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, try it. 1, 2, 3. On Tom, a lot of times because of the armbar threat, he's so good with his hips, I don't like standing up like this. I still do it. I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, that's what I use. But sometimes when I'm here, like I have all this, right, and I'll stand up, like he'll start to climb his hips up, right, higher, higher. Right now I'm in this bad position that I can't get out. And see how vulnerable, look how high I said I don't want my hand that close to his face. He's gonna start setting me up for arm bars and stuff like that, right? I'm open here. So, this will be harder for some of you if you haven't done this before. I'm gonna go into both armpits, okay? In the gi, I like to use it this way. There's a bunch of different variations that you can use. I just like to shove in his armpits here. He's very active with his guard, so I don't have a lot of time to sit here, okay? So if he's got his legs tight, I can walk my toes back a little bit and come up, and then I sit, okay? And I get into his pants right here, because that's not gonna move. I don't want his belt, right? And as he's trying to sit up with me or hold on, right, I break, right, and I can be in this position here, okay? Inside. So now I'm in the same spot, okay? There's a bunch of ways. This is just another way I can get into this spot, okay? A lot of guys will try to sit up and take that, right? And you're just gonna sit like a perfect squatted position. I'm gonna have both of my knees, they're gonna be in his butt, okay? Ideally, we wanna work to be able to build up to this position even faster, right? I wanna pop right up to it instead of just walking my hips back because he's gonna adjust. He's not gonna sit here and just accept it. So I'm gonna just pop up to it and then sit, right? Now I switch to here, right? And then if it's allowable, a long split, that's okay too. All right? A lot of times they're gonna open up. But with him, because of the armbar threat, I'll like to get into these arms so that he can't move his hips as easy and start attacking these arms. Just a little bit safer for me. I don't have to worry about that. Here, sit, right? Now just break. Then we're in here, inside, right? Get the collar, inside here, right? I start to stack, laying on his hamstring, switch to the pants, okay? Now I move. Turn. Tight grip on that hip, right? I'm holding that opposite collar, so I'm gonna prompt him to face me because he can't turn away. I'm holding opposites. So if he tries to heist his legs and come up to his knees, it's difficult. There, onto the head. Here. Now, if I want to go over here, I've replaced it with my knee. Now I can come over. Does that make sense? Yes, sir.
Is there anything we need to do to protect our partner's tailbones or anything? Is there any?
No, because both knees are going to go into the butt. I want to sit. So I come up, knees go from here to here, and then I sit. Kind of like a
Counterbalance, counterweight?
yeah, like chair pose for yoga. Does that make sense? So I'll do it sideways. Right? Here, again, I can't stay here forever because he's gonna start peeling these arms. It's right up. Sit. Counterbalance. Grab at the pants. That's not going anywhere. They're gonna be there. Here. You understand? It's very strong. You just got to practice getting up. Does that make sense? We need to get our hips underneath him right away. I can't be like way out here and try to sit. So he should be sitting, his butt cheeks need to be touching the points of my knees. So I need to be sitting like this. Does that make sense? All right, do that. 1, 2, 3.